injured at all?
No.
Okay. Did you hit a motorcycle?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, do you see if the person's injured or breathing?
Yeah, I think everybody's okay. Let me get on and check. No, there's definitely somebody injured, possibly fatality.
I saw what I thought was a car with one headlight out.
Okay.
And so I was already slowing in the turn lane and saw him there, and I was like, oh, I got enough time.
Okay.
I turned, and as soon as I turned, just felt the boom.
Yeah, we have no pulse on I believe, a pedestrian. I can. Yes, I'm a first responder.
You are a first responder?
Yes, I am.
If you want to start CPR, we can definitely get that going.
Okay, I'm going to start CPR.
CPR is being started.
I'm just going to go to Mexico on Monday.
You can still go to Mexico.
What's that?
You can still go to Mexico.
I know, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I should just save a $6 delivery fee. And I said, oh, okay, that's fine.
Come on, guys. Come on. Are you breathing into the valve? Come on.
He is deceased. Just
Oh, he is?
And that officer's going to go, he's going to go make contact with the family and let him know.
So you're probably aware we're just gonna run this like normal. So I'm just gonna run you through some voluntary field sobriety tests if you're willing to. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do any.
Okay. All right. What about the PBT? You willing to do voluntary PBT?
I don't want to do any tests based on the
Okay.
circumstances.
Understood.
The involved driver was an off-duty WSP Trooper who's now been identified as Sarah Clasen. During the investigation, RPD officers identified several inconsistencies in Clasen's account of the incident.
We now know that 6 hours after the crash, Clasen's blood alcohol level, or BAC,
This off-duty Washington State Trooper is, well, and I'm not talking about the good kind either. And the fact of the matter is, she came very close to getting away with this. That was until another police department took over the investigation. And you can quickly see a change in temperature in that body camera footage. Once Officer Heed, who ran the investigation, started asking questions, that pretty and bubbly state trooper who caused the accident all of a sudden didn't want to participate in the investigation. And this was only the beginning for what would turn out to be a very long night for Trooper Sarah Clasen. A night that would end with some pretty shocking revelations. Not to mention what would transpire over the following 6 months. Obviously, there is a lot more to this story. So, to better understand what's happening, why don't we go back to the beginning? Now, this story begins in March of this year. That is 35-year-old Sarah Clasen. Sarah is a 13-year veteran of the Washington State Patrol, where she serves as a trooper. Now, Sarah is married to a retired Washington State Trooper. His name is Trent Clasen, and they share a home together in Richland, Washington, which is in the same area that Sarah works in. Now, there wasn't a lot of information readily available online about Trent and Sarah, but one thing I could find is they are frequent customers of this bar, Moon Palace. And when I say frequent customers, I mean very frequent customers. And that information is going to become very important here in a couple minutes. Now, this is 20-year-old Jhoser Sanchez. He's a forklift operator at a local food company and still lives with his family. Now, Jhoser was a very hard worker and started doing pretty well for himself, and his coworkers would describe him as being very pleasant and nice to work with. All of Jhoser's hard work began to pay off just several weeks before this incident, when he was able to go out and purchase himself a motorcycle, something he's wanted to do for a very long time. Now, for the couple weeks after purchasing this motorcycle, Jhoser had taken it out several times to kind of practice and get a feel for how it rode. Now, where Jhoser and Trooper Sarah Clasen come together is they actually live in the same neighborhood. But prior to this incident, they had never met. Now that you have a little background information about the people involved in this incident, why don't we get to what happened on the night of March 1st? On this day, Trooper Sarah Clasen worked her regular shift at the Washington State Patrol, and that shift ended at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What we know next, based on security camera footage, Trooper Sarah Clasen and her husband Trent met together here at that bar we talked about earlier, Moon Palace, for a little day drinking. And this was right around 3:30 in the afternoon. Now let's talk about that bar for a second. Moon Palace actually used to be a Chinese food restaurant. But the restaurant itself closed a long time ago. In its current operation, it serves as well like a sketchy-ass bar. And when asked, one local resident described it as a cash-only bar for very serious drinkers, referring to the very heavy-handed drinks that the bartender pours. And we would later find out that local police didn't even know this place was still in operation, because on the outside, the place looks closed. That is the entrance door. It's kind of like one of those local hole-in-the-wall bars where you have to know it's there, otherwise you would never know it existed. But we'll get to more about Moon Palace later. Now, Trooper Sarah Clasen, which I'm just going to call her Sarah from now on, and her husband Trent, would spend about 4 hours at this bar. They were next seen on security camera footage leaving the Moon Palace around 7:30 p.m. And remember, Sarah and Trent had actually met at the Moon Palace, so they were in separate vehicles. Now, Sarah is seen on security camera footage next here, just several minutes later at 7:31 p.m. at a Domino's drive-thru.
She was picking up pizza from Domino's before heading home. So now we know at around 7:30, surveillance from that Domino's pizza location appears to show Clasen behind the wheel in the drive-thru picking up her items.
Just minutes later at 7:48 p.m., Sarah would make this phone call to 911.
911, are you emergency? Hello, ma'am, can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Are you at Village Parkway and SR 240?
Yes.
Are you injured at all?
No.
Okay. And it said you were in a Kia, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Injured. Okay. Did you hit a motorcycle?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Do you see if the person's injured or breathing?
Yeah, I think everybody's okay. Let me get on and check. No, there's definitely somebody injured, possibly fatality. I'm gonna go check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know if they're breathing.
Yeah, we have no pulse on I believe a pedestrian. I can. Yes, I'm a first responder.
You are a first responder?
Yes, I am.
If you want to start CPR, we can definitely get that going.
Okay, I'm gonna start CPR.
Okay. Okay, we do have officers and medics already dispatched out there, okay? CPR is being started.
What we now know is Sarah was traveling down State Route 240 when she went to make a left into her neighborhood onto Village Parkway. At the same time, Jhoser, who was riding on his motorcycle, was also traveling down State Route 240, only he was coming towards Sarah from the opposite direction. Sadly, Sarah didn't judge the distance that well, because when she went to make the left-hand turn onto Village Parkway, Jhoser, who had the right-of-way coming from the opposite end of traffic, collided with her front right fender and was immediately thrown from his motorcycle. You can hear in the 911 phone call, it sounds like Sarah doesn't even realize what happened, or at least didn't understand the severity about what had just transpired. But that quickly changes when Sarah exits her vehicle and locates Jhoser on the side of the road, on the ground, unconscious, pulseless, and not breathing. Now, you can also hear in that 911 call, it sounds like some bystanders did pull over and assist with the accident. And CPR was started on Jhoser prior to the first responders arriving. Now, just minutes later, local EMS arrives and continues life-saving measures on Jhoser. He's quickly loaded onto the stretcher and put in the back of the ambulance where the EMS crew has all of their supplies and can try and stabilize Jhoser. And this is where the body camera footage picks up. A sergeant with the State Highway Police arrives to the scene and makes contact with Sarah. Now, the sergeant from the State Highway Patrol's name was never released, but what we do know is it is one of Sarah's supervisors. Watch.
Yeah, because it winds up and it goes up the hill. It's like
You okay? I mean, I know you're not, but like,
No.
physically good.
Yeah,
that's
no,
all.
like-
That's all his blood.
Yeah, that's his blood. Yeah,
Okay.
no, I literally when I turned, he was past that sign maker, and I thought it was a car with the headlight out. I don't know, it was a motorcycle. But yeah, I turned, and so I turned right in here, just boom. It's like, what the fuck is that? No, but like physically, I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
think he-
blood. I'm like, I just want to.
No, I did CPR, and he,
Yeah.
now I'm over 3.
So,
But no, he was dead then, but.
he was. Well, not yet. It's not.
He still got it?
Well, they're still last.
I saw you going that way.
Okay.
They took him.
Let me just answer this.
Now you can see when that State Highway Patrol sergeant arrives to the scene, the ambulance actually hadn't left yet. And again, this is about a half hour after the accident occurred. Now, I'm not saying what that EMS crew did was wrong, but personally, if it were me and I was the paramedic that arrived to the scene, we would have already been long gone. And the reason I say this is due to several different factors. Number one, the mechanism of injury. Which is Jhoser being thrown from a motorcycle following a crash at over 50 miles an hour. In itself is reason enough to load and go. Obviously, he's gonna have very serious injuries and it's gonna require a trauma team immediately. In a situation like this, the only thing that's gonna save a patient is getting them to the hospital so they can get that surgical intervention and advanced care from a trauma team. And another reason is the fact that he is pulseless and not breathing. Now, as a paramedic, there are several different advanced maneuvers you can do in this scenario. One being dropping an endotracheal tube, which is putting a tube down your throat, and another establishing IV or intraosseous access so you can give pharmacological interventions and also provide fluid replacement, and another being advanced cardiac interventions, which is placing the patient on a cardiac monitor and shocking them if necessary. As a paramedic, you have advanced training in cardiology, which means you can administer cardiac medications and you can also shock the patient at several different levels rather than just placing them on a defibrillator and allowing that defibrillator to make the decision. If necessary, you can also pace your patient or provide something that's called cardioversion. But in a scenario like Jhoser's case, where he's in cardiac arrest, as a paramedic, you can shock at a number of different levels while also continuing to provide CPR. Now, from what I can find, this accident scene was about 12 minutes from the hospital. So going back to the transport, if I was a paramedic arriving to the scene, I would quickly load Jhoser onto the stretcher and get him into the back of the ambulance while continuing to provide CPR and ventilations through a bag valve mask. En route to the hospital, if you're lucky and have another partner in the back, I would try and get as many of those interventions done on the way to the hospital. But mainly, you just want to make sure that you're providing good CPR, chest compressions at least 2 inches down, allowing full recoil, and proper ventilations, making sure that their airway is open and patent. Watching for a good chest rise and fall as you provide that breath, and also shocking if necessary. Now, lastly, en route to the hospital, I would make sure to call that ER and make sure they know what's coming. That way, that trauma team is already in the trauma room ready to go when you get to the hospital. Now, Jhoser was transported to Cadillac Regional Medical Center, which is a level 2 trauma center in critical condition. Sadly, just a short time after arriving to Cadillac Regional Medical Center, Jhoser would succumb to his injuries and lose his life. Now let's go back over to that sergeant's body camera footage from the State Highway Patrol.
Yeah, I have just a blue jacket. I'll get your jacket.
No, you're fine. He'll be here in a second.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Fuck, what the?
Yeah. Yeah, who knows how.
Yeah, nobody ever sees themselves in that position. But...
Yeah, nobody ever does. It's tough. Like, I don't want to ask you too much with the camera.
Yeah.
On, and then let me just make sure that they're the ones. There's a sergeant back here. Yeah, that reflecting sign or the one back there?
No, that one.
Like
there.
Way far there? Oh,
no,
this one here, the white one?
The white one, and it was past that sign. It was like, and I was already slowing, so I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you can do it, yeah.
And just.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like he was braking too long, but yeah, who knows what they're gonna do, so. Why don't you go sit in the car? It's probably the best. Yeah, or you can sit in my car. I don't have a camera in the car. If you want to do that, I'll bring my car. What do you think? It's up to you. I'll go bring my car and you can just sit in that car. Nope.
I'll sit in the back.
No, you're not going to sit in the back. Absolutely not.
I think it's pretty obvious in the body camera footage. You can see that sergeant from the State Highway Patrol is definitely treating Sarah a little differently than you normally would treat somebody in a scenario like this.
Is Trent coming?
He's at the house. He was like, you want to add drama to it?
Why do you want to be here by yourself?
No, I want a sweater though. You just didn't know if you should come or not. But
I mean, you can just, you can sit here.
Okay.
I mean, that's probably best.
Okay.
I would say that's best and better than all this, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell him, come bring me a sweater.
Yeah.
Dude.
Now, since this accident occurred on State Route 240, it was actually the State Highway Patrol's jurisdiction. And at first, it looks like they were going to lead the investigation, with the City of Richland Police Department assisting in the investigation. But technically, the State Highway Patrol would have been the lead investigating body. And you can hear the sergeant from the State Highway Patrol repeatedly saying things like this didn't look criminal in nature.
Still trying to get a hold of a tech. Just talked to Mulvaney. He's like, well, if it's a, I'm recording too. Conflict of interest. I'm like, well, there's really nothing criminal. She said she was driving. She saw a motorcycle, but she's like, oh, I thought it was a car with one headlight out. And then she's like, oh, plenty of time to turn in. She's like trying to turn into her street to go home, and she's like, all of a sudden just hit me. So yeah, I don't know how fast he was going or anything.
So if you ask me, if the State Highway Patrol remained as the lead investigating body in this case, I think Sarah would have walked. But unfortunately for her, things are about to change. Now, just a short time later, the Richland Police and the State Highway Patrol would get together and go back and forth with the fact that Sarah is a state trooper.
Oh, yeah. Just at least get to the scene, or do you want me to just be primer on it?
On that one?
Yeah.
I just take it. Somebody will take it over. 1203 is coming out too. We'll just go back there first, just get everything. You're not going to be primary. Let me talk to Richland. Sarge.
Welcome to the shit show, man.
I know. Well, there's another one.
Yeah, there's a fatal in West, and they took off running, it sounds like.
Oh.
So I've got a guy going over there, Weston County, and both working right now.
Yeah. So here's, both of us are recording. I just talked to my lieutenant, or acting captain, and he was asking if there's a highest ranking officer here.
That was me?
Yes, that we can do everything. Just depends on what we're thinking about here, because of course she is a trooper.
Oh, she is. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She was actually in our crew.
Okay. You want us to take it? I can call my traffic guys out and just take it from there.
We have the detectives coming. We can do everything, but just like maybe the whole thing. We can do everything. Just say, hey, just for impartial reasons. I don't know if your bosses would go with that. We're gonna have everything. We can tech it. You don't have to call the guys out. We can do everything unless you want to do it your way.
Well, given the shit show in the West right now, I'm inclined to call my guys in and minimize their involvement here, and just go handle that, and that way, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So I'll get that ball rolling.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Because that, and then we're just gonna still have detectives here just to help out and see anything. But yeah, if we can do that, I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you want to start.
They're gonna, because the other one, I guess they ran.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a cannon out there.
Yeah. So who's back? Yeah. So we're gonna leave.
Or if you want me to stay here, because I was already here. Are we taking this one still?
We might not. Okay. So they might take it and be primary on it and do all that.
I'll say so. I can still stay here if.
Yeah.
I'll go wherever you guys go.
Why don't you go back there and see what they need? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See what they need. Yeah. So if you go that way, it's probably the quickest way.
So after going back and forth with that for several minutes, it was actually decided that the Richland Police Department was going to be the lead investigating body in this crash. And this is where things change.
So I just want to make sure you're okay. Is he coming?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that way, Richland might just take this.
Okay.
It's probably the best that way.
Mm-hmm.
We're still gonna have CID just kind of here help them out and do whatever they need to do, and then go that way. But yeah, I'm sorry it happened to you. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay. Hopefully, he's okay too.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't look okay.
He didn't look okay. Yeah.
The looks of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear watching more of some of that sergeant's body camera footage, which was about an hour and 10 minutes long, that Sarah still didn't really understand the gravity of this incident. More importantly, the role she took in it. Just listen to some of the things Sarah says in this body camera footage.
Yeah.
I should have saved a $6 delivery fee and said, "I'll go get it. That's fine."
But it's this one that really got me.
I'm just gonna go to Mexico on Monday. Like,
You can still go to Mexico.
what's that?
You can still go to Mexico.
I know, but I'm like,
She's more concerned while standing there in her blood-soaked pants about making it to her Mexican vacation on Monday than the fact that she just mowed down somebody riding a motorcycle who was in cardiac arrest when they left the accident scene. And if that wasn't bad enough, she then went on to state that she should have spent the $6 and had the pizza delivered. She's f***ing clueless. I get it. She's a beautiful woman, but f***ing clueless. It's unbelievable to me some of the statements that Sarah made in this body camera footage. And another thing I noticed, she repeatedly states it's pretty cold outside, but notice how she wears her shirt. I don't think that was done on purpose at all. Not one bit. Next, at 8:46 p.m., the sergeant from the State Highway Patrol is notified by the supervisor from the Richland Police Department that Jhoser had in fact passed at the hospital.
He is deceased. I just verified.
He is.
And that officer is going to go, and sounds like his UL return is Pasco, but it sounds like we've got a local address that's right around here.
Oh, runner.
So,
Oh, okay.
He's going to go make contact with the family and let them know.
Okay. Thank you. She was willing to, wanted to take some stuff out of the car. I'm like, no, wait, let me see what Richland wants to do. Is she good to go to take some stuff out, or?
Let's just leave it for now.
Yep, yep.
Detectives are coming in.
And then they can do
Smart
whatever.
traffic guys just started checking on the radio, so that's all.
Okay, good. Good. She's gonna stand by here. Are you good with her sitting in my car? Or?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go clear my seat. Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
Now watch Sarah's reaction to finding out that Jhoser had died.
So he did pass the way.
yeah, I figured when I got there.
Yeah, because you probably knew it when he was there.
Yeah, when there's blood pumping out of his ears, it's not a good sign.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll go make some phone calls. Actually, I'll sit here. My camera's still going.
No worries. He had me hauling mail because at first, like I thought it was a car without a headlight on, but they were, like I say, past that reflective sign, and I was already slowing, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna slow turn it, and then boom.
Yeah. Glad you're okay though, because.
Yeah.
Now, the sergeant from the State Highway Patrol's body camera would get shut off at about 9:05 p.m.
Hopefully they can clear you soon so you can go home and get out of the clothes.
I had a good day today too. I stopped 12 cars in my first. I was gonna impress you, and I was gonna get 20 cars today, and then the DUI came out. The
Yeah, that one.
DUI, yeah. And so then I was like, all right, well, 12 cars in DUI isn't a bad day.
It's a good day.
Yeah.
That was a good day.
And then
It's all the way on 14.
yeah.
Is it leftover from last night or?
No, he
Oh.
rolled it like at 11:50.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was early morning.
Yeah. And then Miguel, so he was Spanish speaking only. He knew his phone number. Spoke it perfect English then.
Yep. Oh yeah,
But then,
of course.
Asked Miguel to go to the hospital to contact him, and I was going to write the warrant and send it to him. And then my email wasn't working down there because it wasn't good enough service. And by the time I got up there, I was like, I'll just do it. And he's like, all right, sounds good. So, like, have a good day. He was like, yeah, I'll just do this and put the blood in and go home. And he's like, oh, what time are you off? And it was like 2 o'clock. And I was like, I'm off at 3, but it's no big deal. He's like, oh no, I'll do the blood draw for you. I was like, you would? It's like, that's so nice. I was like, you don't have to. I said, it's my mess. I'll do it. And he was like, no, I'll do it. I was like, thanks, buddy.
Miguel's turned into a really good guy.
Yeah. He's very helpful.
He is. Well, and then he's just kind of learned and grew with us, so which is kind of really nice.
Yeah. So I was like, I wrote the warrant and everything, but he did the blood draw and put it into evidence for me, and I forgot to attach the ticket number to the thing, so I was like, I'll just leave it blank and I'll write it in tomorrow and I'll slip it in the box, showing what box it goes in.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just gonna walk by the well, I'll just turn this off. Okay. Because there's really nothing else, no other evidentiary value.
And unbeknownst to Sarah, things are about to drastically change for her. At one point, Sarah's husband Trent arrives to the accident scene. And remember, he was also at the bar drinking that afternoon.
Check. Nice dress. Keep her safe. I know. Right. I'm recording. So just want to make sure you're good. And they're going to take this whole thing. I probably talked to you already. All of our guys, there's another fatal hit and run. Yeah, so that's why everybody's away. So you guys have another one? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and that was a hit and run, so I guess it's already a fatality. So it's just, everything happened once. But yeah, so I'll be here. They did ask you about the peer support. You didn't.
No.
Do you need anybody tonight?
No.
I mean, you got Trent.
Yeah.
LT's coming too, just to make sure you're good.
As far as physical, do I need to stick around, or they just information, or?
I don't know what else they haven't really, because since they're doing everything, I told them we're not gonna.
Okay.
We're not gonna we're not taking any statements.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but they're doing that. I'll go ask the Sarge, see what he wants and needs, and they're having their traffic unit come out.
Okay.
So once they're here, then they're gonna finish that up.
Like so, during. Stay here?
Yeah, stay here for now. I'll go talk to him, see what he needs from you.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you're gonna have to wait for the traffic guys to come here before they take your statement or whatever. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, the next body camera footage we're gonna watch is from Officer Stephen Heed, and he is a crash scene investigator from the Richland Police Department. Look at the timestamp. He arrives about 10 minutes after that sergeant from the State Highway Patrol turned off his body camera.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Do you want to talk over here real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm Steve. I'm with the traffic unit. So, just, I know this is probably uncomfortable, but we're just gonna, treat this like as if it was anything else, and we want to figure out what was going on. Just, just in order to rule anything out.
Yeah.
Like obviously, it's just as important to rule everything out as it is to confirm everything. So. I'm just getting here, so I know you already answered some questions from the other guys, but generally what happened?
So I went and picked up a Domino's pizza.
Okay.
I was turning left in here. I live right over there on.
Okay.
I saw what I thought was a car with one headlight out.
Okay.
Right just past where the reflective sign is, that white one.
Okay, sure.
And so I was already slowing in the turn lane and saw him there, and I was like, I got enough time.
Okay.
I turned, and as soon as I turned, just felt the boom.
Okay. So as you're turning, you thought he was further away?
No, he was definitely past that reflective sign when I saw him.
Okay.
And then I think I just, like I say, I thought it was a car with a headlight out. I didn't realize it was a motorcycle. I didn't realize the rate of speed they were going at.
So did you think he was going pretty quick?
Yes.
Okay.
Because from that reflective sign, it's kind of, I live here, so that's always my general rule. If they're past that sign, then you got plenty of time if you're already slowing to turn in.
Gotcha.
And
so based on making this turn and numerous times that you know how to judge that distance.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, good to go. Okay. All right. So you're probably aware we're just gonna run this like normal. So I'm just gonna
Now, just minutes after arriving and making contact with Sarah, Officer Heed asks her to submit to some field sobriety testing and also a breathalyzer. Listen to her response.
All right. So you're probably aware we're just gonna like run this like normal. So I'm just gonna run you through some voluntary field sobriety tests if you're willing to. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do any.
Okay. All right. What about the PBT? You willing to do a voluntary PBT?
I don't want to do any tests
Okay.
based on the
Okay. Understood.
circumstances. Yeah.
What about, obviously you just gave me a verbal statement. Are you willing to write down a statement on paper?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I find it very interesting. The same person who has drivers submit to field sobriety testing and breathalyzer testing during a suspected DUI won't do the same herself. I think that says a lot. Not only does Trooper Clasen know that field sobriety testing isn't foolproof, she probably also knows she isn't going to pass it. So she declines to do both, but that isn't going to save her. So after writing her report and Officer Heed goes over it, he notices several inconsistencies in her story.
All right. Thank you for completing that for me. I'll just read through it real quick. Well, I'll be honest with you. I would love to rule out impairment, but without the fields, it is hard to rule that out. Obviously, it's voluntary. I won't ask you again, but there may always be that question.
Yeah.
Down the road.
I just rather not.
Okay.
Yeah. I understand, but I know how it goes too. So.
Yeah. What do you mean? You know how it goes?
Even if there's like a little, if I had a glass of wine earlier or something like that, I just don't want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I definitely don't feel impaired. I don't feel like there was impairment as an issue. I
Did you have a glass of wine earlier?
not gonna answer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You just mentioned like if. So
If I would have, yeah, or had, yeah, but yeah, just not gonna answer.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, let me just take a look at this. I'm just gonna basically, we're just kind of in a holding pattern right now. So, I'll talk to my partners over there, and we'll kind of figure out how we're gonna, what's next. Yeah, just give me a couple minutes.
Come back another time. We don't even need to do it tomorrow. And we'll get the run up. Fly it. Do you want to grab the furrow?
No. I think she has something on board.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Is there?
we have to.
Is there going to be enough to get a search warrant?
So yeah, I'll write it. I mean, unless you want.
What changed?
So I was just studying her. She got a couple misspelled words on here.
Okay.
She wrote sigh, and she said 100 feet. Sorry, I'm going a little fast. She estimated the distance between the guy on the motorcycle and her to be 100 feet, which that's way more than 100. That's 500 feet. She said she was almost through her turn when clearly she was at the very beginning of her turn. Her eyes are a little bit glassy, a little bit.
Those light speed.
But could be, but we got to err on the side of caution.
Okay.
I do not have a great sense of smell, but I think I smelled a little bit of odor of alcohol, enough for me to say. And then I told her, I'm like, hey, we just want to rule out impairment. And by you not doing it, I'm like, I'm not going to ask you again, but I'm like, we can't rule it out. And she's like, yeah, well, if I would have had a glass of wine earlier, I know how this goes. And I said, did you have a glass of wine earlier? And she said, I'm not going to answer that. So
Okay.
I think with everything, we have to. I mean,
Okay.
I will write the search warrant. But yeah, I'm still recording.
So much, yeah.
I'm still recording. I would have loved to have ruled it out. All right. So, like I said, we were really trying to rule alcohol out. I'm not convinced that alcohol wasn't a factor. So right now you are under arrest. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and put your hand behind your back. So we will be doing a search warrant for blood, okay? That way there will be no questions. What was that? Oh. Okay. All right, we'll head back to my car over here. 1144 dispatch warrant custody. I'll just search you real quick here. I have a bag in the back. I can grab it if it's right. I got the blood over here. I'll just grab the clothes. Okay, let me just grab the bag in the back. Do you have anything in your pockets or anything?
Yeah, nothing dangerous.
Okay. Just gonna unzip this. Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the purse that I didn't have a sweater on before. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
My husband. Yeah, it unbuckled like.
Oh,
from the top.
From the top.
Yeah.
How
so
would
there's
this
a.
happen?
I
just don't.
See if I can reach it here.
Well,
if you reach across this, there's a strap that goes underneath the sweatshirt.
That goes underneath the sweatshirt?
So yeah, I had it on before.
Oh, I got you.
So,
I got you.
yeah,
Okay. Oh, right here. Perfect. Okay, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Comes right off.
Okay.
Pull it out.
Okay. Your ID and stuff in here?
Yeah. I think I gave my ID to.
Oh. Did you give it to one of the other officers?
One of the other officers, unless it'd be right in this card area.
Okay. Let me just look real quick. I don't see it there. I think somebody did say that they had your information before I got on scene.
I didn't get my insurance information, but I need to.
Okay. Oh, did he not get that information?
No.
Okay. Go to piece of card for me. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and have a seat back here.
He decides to get a warrant to obtain Sarah's blood and places her under arrest. I think reality starts to set in once those metal bracelets get put on and she gets a different view from the back of the police car. She decides to volunteer to submit to the breathalyzer test. And this is where Officer Heed says this.
Well, so we're trying to treat this like any other incident, and typically once the opportunity kind of comes and you say you don't want to do it, it's voluntary, and then if you want to do it,
well, I did a voluntary breath test at the BAC, but I just didn't want to do the fields.
Okay, so you wanted to submit to. I think with this, the significance of this, I think it's probably, we're going to probably need a search warrant. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. I appreciate your cooperation.
No worries, of course.
Okay.
We don't go and do the breathalyzer test. Just like that. It's not a QBT.
Right. I mean, for a typical DUI, we would. But yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and...
So next, Sarah was obviously placed under arrest and transported to the local jail. And the reason Sarah was transported to jail first, because Officer Heed needs to get that warrant signed first before he can get her blood.
first right here, and then it'll be the first right over here. So let's just have a seat right here. But first, I'll take these handcuffs off you, and we'll utilize the one on the wall. Do you need any water or anything for right now?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Zip my jacket.
You want to zip your jacket up?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's okay.
Yeah. Right now might be easier than.
My hands are still wet, so they're making me chilly.
Sure. I'll check on you periodically. You don't need any water or anything for right now?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
All right, no problem. And I'm also just going to leave my body camera here, just start normal procedure.
Okay, no worries.
Checking in, did you need any water or anything?
No, I would need to use the restroom before we leave.
Okay, I've got a female officer. We can add on a scale of 1 to 10 now. 1 being not right now, 10 being
Like
yesterday.
5.
Okay, I can let a female officer.
Yeah. Not too bad.
All right, so they did get a warrant for the blood, so we'll go and do that now.
Okay. Could I use the restroom for
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's one right across the way, so I wouldn't bother throwing cuffs on there.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yep, just right here.
Okay.
I'll just be right outside here.
Let out on the outside.
Oh, yeah, there you
There we
go.
go. Do some flush on the outside, or?
Yeah, it's just right
Oh,
here.
okay,
Right
perfect.
Okay.
Hang around for a minute for me.
Yeah, no, I should have told you.
No,
All
you're
right,
good.
just throw these on. All right. I'm just gonna grab this. You just grab the handle down here. Okay. Thank you. Figure out what room we're going to. Can you figure out what room we're going to? Thanks. 19. Okay, thank you. It's right across the hall here. How you doing? I'm just gonna take these handcuffs off you. So yeah, we're just here for a clearance and then a blood draw, legal blood draw.
Yeah.
Take your blood pressure. Thank you.
Okay, no worries.
Now, once a judge finally signed that warrant, Officer Heed would then transport Sarah to the local emergency room at Cadillac Regional Hospital to get her blood drawn. And this is the same emergency room where just hours ago, Jhoser had lost his life. Now, it wouldn't be until almost 6 hours after the accident, notice the timestamp in the body camera footage, for Sarah's blood to finally get drawn to assess her level of intoxication, if there was any. 6 hours after getting her blood drawn, Sarah was then transported back to the local jail.
Come around. So I was instructed to take your phone as well, so that'll be in our custody. I'm not sure if they will be writing a search warrant on that. So just wanted to let you know that that will be in your property.
Were any of the, because like say when I was doing CPR, there were several other witnesses around after the collision. Did any of those guys stick around and give
I don't know.
statements?
I don't know. I believe so. Somebody made mention of a video that came out or something shortly thereafter. I don't know. I got called to the scene after.
Yeah, as a DRE.
After, as a traffic investigator, yeah. So, so yeah, I was a while before I got there. So a lot of those loose ends, I think, the other traffic investigators kind of wrapped up. I'm just not privy to those just because I wasn't there for too long. Hey, how you doing? So she was involved with the motor vehicle crash.
What?
But she was cleared at the jail. She also is a trooper, so whatever accommodations you guys can make for that.
Yeah, no worries.
What? Alright, I'm going to step in there to... Actually, I'll just wait until you're done with your purse.
Okay. No.
She did say she was getting over it. So I don't know.
Have this in this before?
I can look them up real quick if you tell me what it says on there. Does it say? 0368. 0368. Naproxol?
That's a lead, yeah.
Okay. AirPods or something?
Now, Sarah would be held in jail for several days before seeing a judge on March 3rd. And this is what happened on her initial appearance, which she appeared on Zoom at that court hearing.
In court today, both sides argued for almost 30 minutes. Eric Eisinger, Benton County prosecutor, argued that Clasen's bail be set to $150,000, stay on a 72-hour hold, and relinquish her guns. The judge, after hearing both sides, decided to release her on her own recognizance, saying that she has no prior criminal history and is not a flight risk. She's going to be back in court on March 12th.
Despite the prosecutor's request for a high bail, Sarah was released from jail on her own recognizance, with some stipulations. Sarah was required to wear a blood alcohol monitoring bracelet. She also had an interlock device placed on her car, which means she would be unable to drive her car unless she blew all zeros into the breathalyzer. And lastly, Sarah wasn't allowed to leave the state, which unfortunately for her meant no Mexico trip. In the following days, Officer Heed would broaden his investigation, which included going up to the Moon Palace bar where Sarah and her husband were drinking prior to this accident. You can see that interaction here.
I'm investigating a crash that happened a few days ago, and I just wanted to know if you had any video or any documentation about the people who may have been here?
No, I don't have any videos here.
Okay. What about the receipts or anything?
They pay cash as it goes on.
Everybody pays cash? Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right, you take it easy.
All right,
Thank
thanks.
you. Yep.
Now, they would go on to lie to Officer Heed initially, stating they had no security camera footage, and also stated they kept no records on their sales because they were a cash-only bar. But unfortunately for the Moon Palace, days later, the Richland Police Department returned with a search warrant. They were able to obtain security camera footage that showed both Sarah and her husband arriving and leaving the bar, and the police department was also able to obtain the bar tabs for the last several months for Sarah and her husband. Notice the highlighted days on this calendar shows the days that Sarah and her husband were drinking at the Moon Palace. They were definitely regulars. Now, in all the bar tabs that Moon Palace provided to the Richland Police Department, one tab was missing. Which tab do you think it was? The tab for March 1st, the day of the crash. That tab was missing from the stack of tabs provided to the Richland Police Department. Just a coincidence, I guess. Again, this is one of those bars that's sketchy as f. I wouldn't be caught dead in a place like this. Now, just 2 weeks after the crash, on March 17th, 2025, Jhoser's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit. That lawsuit would go on to include Sarah Clasen, her husband Trent, and the owners of the Moon Palace bar. Days later, on March 21st, 2025, Sarah's blood alcohol level came back, 0.17, over 2 times the legal limit. And remember, her blood was drawn 6 hours after the crash. So you can only imagine how intoxicated Sarah was at the time of the crash. 6 hours later, she's still over 2 times the legal limit. Now, fast forward to the next month on April 4th, 2025, and this case is transferred from the Benton County Prosecutor's Office over to a special prosecutor in Spokane. And the reason for this is Sarah had previously worked in Benton County as a trooper. So the Benton County Prosecutor's Office decided it was best to hand the case over to a special prosecutor outside of the county. Now, after the case was transferred to Spokane, it would take another 4 months, which is 6 months after the initial accident, for Sarah to finally be criminally charged.
A Washington State Patrol trooper is facing vehicular manslaughter charges for hitting and killing a Richland man nearly 6 months ago. She refused a breathalyzer at the time. She will not be held in jail before a plea at her arraignment. That court date is set for the 24th.
On September 4th, 2025, Sarah was charged with 1 count of vehicular homicide. Now, Sarah was not required to report to jail after being criminally charged and remained free on her own recognizance. Oh, and if you think that's some bull, Sarah is also on paid administrative leave from the State Highway Patrol. Now, on September 8th, 2025, the body camera footage from this crash was released. And obviously, the local residents weren't too happy with what they saw. A lot of residents believing that Sarah received special treatment not only on the night of the accident, but for the months that followed. Sarah's next arraignment is scheduled for September 24th, which, as I record this video, is tomorrow. And I will provide that update for you here.
We will waive a formal reading and enter a plea of not guilty.
You're watching the moment WSP Trooper Sarah Clasen pleaded not guilty to vehicular homicide while driving under the influence. All the while, victim Jhoser Sanchez's family sat quietly in the first and second rows of the courtroom.
Yeah, basically we went adjusting. We are destroyed. My family is destroyed.
Months of waiting leading to the same outcome as Clasen's first appearance. Judge Joseph Burrows setting the conditions of her release at Wednesday's arraignment.
I'm releasing you on your personal recognizance to maintain a current address here in the state of Washington. You also must appear to all court dates. You must have regular contact with your attorney. You must remain in the state of Washington or Arizona. You are not to use or possess any alcohol or intoxicating liquor. You are also not to consume or possess any marijuana or any product that contains THC. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
Clasen's attorney, Scott Johnson, also requested the transfer of the vehicles involved in the case, as well as the blood for the defense to do their own lab work.
We hope they'll be fair, that she gets what she deserves, that she gets a fair sentence, that she doesn't get privileges for being state patrol.
Lastly, before I go, Jhoser's family did put together a GoFundMe. If you wish to donate to that GoFundMe, the information can be found here. Now, if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. My name is Sai, and my channel is Dark Times with Nico and Sai. If you haven't already, please make sure to like the video and leave a comment. I try to answer as many comments as I can because I want to hear from you. And also, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribing costs you nothing, and it really helps push my content out to a wider audience. And it's very much appreciated. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.